Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Celtic career mode. I think today we might be able to end off the first season of the Celtic career mode. Anyway, there is the league table as we're going to start this episode. We are 38 games in, so in a Premier League season and a Scottish Premiership season as well, we would be done. It's only 38 games, but obviously we're in the Championship, there's 24 teams, which means there's 46 games to be played. We have pretty much guaranteed we're going to be promoted. There's no chance that we can drop down into the playoff places. We are in the Premier League, we're going to be in the Premier League, and that's the way it's just going to be. Make sure my game audio's not on, it's not good. But that's it, we're basically promoted. That is us in the Premier League today. It's just all about securing that for definite. It's all about securing the title, getting the trophy, and heading up to the Premier League next season. That is what the aim of this episode is about. So if we have a look at the calendar, I believe we're in March, and we'll have a look at the schedule. So we've got a couple of international games to sim. Our first games of Scotland Manage. We'll briefly fly past those. We're not going to spend a lot of time dwelling on them. If we're at the World Cup, then we'll have a wee bit in a wee side career kind of thing for Scotland at the World Cup. Nottingham Forest, we've got them as the first game. Should be easy. Should be easy stuff. Mark Warburton's Nottingham Forest. We should beat them at home, no bother. Then this is the final month of the career mode. There's quite a lot of games, as you know. There's 8 games still yet to go through. So I doubt we're going to finish the season in this episode, but if you look at it, it's a stretch of easier games. I mean, Nottingham Forest should be beating them easily, Ipswich should be beating them easily, Bristol City, easy, Bolton, easy, Sheffield United, easy, Fulham, Middlesbrough, Villa, they're the harder bunch. We have 3 difficult games in the next episode to go and get the title. So, we're going to play 4 of the games today. We're going to have, well, not going to play, we're going to get through 4 games. We've got Nottingham Forest to get through, Ipswich, Bristol and Bolton, and then we'll leave the last 4 for the next episode. We'll probably play at the Riverside Stadium and we'll play the title day as well. So this is the penultimate episode of the first season. Remember, hit the like button and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Even press the like button if you've always been here. It is much appreciated. So I mean, what games do we play out of these? I mean, in my opinion, we can win them easily. I think we'll just play the Ipswich game and we'll play the Bolton game. They're the away matches, makes sense to me. It seems like the best thing to do. But we are on international duty at the minute, so I guess it's time to pick a Scotland team. Who we're going to put out in the pitch. For me, the team looks pretty decent at the minute. I mean, there's a few changes I'm going to make. First of all, Craig Gordon is going to be the starting keeper. We're getting Gordon in the goals. McGregor's going to be brought onto the bench instead of who would take off, Jordan Rhodes. He could come on there. Ryan Gold's 75 rated, Armstrong 77. We're keeping these 2. We'll keep Fraser on the left. Phillips on the right is okay. I kind of want to bring on Matt Ritchie though, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Ritchie on and I'm going to put Phillips on the left. That seems decent enough. Tierney and Robertson easily the full-backs. Berra and Martin right now the centre-halves. Is there any change I want to make? Yeah, I don't think there is. I suppose Gold should maybe come in instead of one of these 2. Fraser probably. No, do you know what? Actually, we've got McGregor. That's fine by me. There's a Scotland team. Here's my Scotland team compared to Gordon Strachan's. Craig Gordon in goals, Tierney at the right back, Robertson at the left back, Martin Berra in the middle, Kearney and Brown in centre mids, Armstrong, Richard, Phillips and Griffiths up top. Not a bad team in my opinion. I'm quite happy with that. The centre halves need to get better. Scotland need to get better centre halves because they too are liabilities. But let's sim through these games. I'm still unsure if we've made the World Cup, so that'll be interesting to find out sometimes soon. But here we go, the Scotland team is out. We're ready to play Paraguay. My first ever game as Scotland manager. Ends with a win, very nice. Phillips and my own Stuart Armstrong get the goals to give us the win there. It was 1-0, then went to 2-1, so not a bad result. 2 home friendlies, which is unusual, but I'm going to sim again. Second game as Scotland manager, let's hopefully follow up another South American side in Ecuador. A 2-2 draw this time, Kearney getting both the goals, but Bennett did go off with an injury towards the end of the game, but not the worst result in the world there. 2-0, Ecuador are a decent team, Antonio Valencia in there for example, so not too bad. But we didn't get beaten, so nice. I've decided, right, look, we can easily finish. Let's make this the final episode of Season 1. We can do this. I mean, these are games that are simmable and easy to win. But we'll play the last 2 games of the season, Middlesbrough and Aston Villa. We can sim through these. We can fly through these games. These are games that aren't easily going to win. Either we play or we sim. We'll end up dropping points now that I've said that. But come on, we should be doing it. I'm confident we can. So the first game, Nottingham Forest. Let's send out A little bit of a rotational team. We're going to try Boyata holding Gamboa, for example, at the back. Hayes is going to be playing. We're going to send out this team. Boyata asked for the game as well, but we're simming anyway. And we win 2-0 with a rotated team. Gamboa and Armstrong. Lovely jubbly. This is what I mean. We're playing, we're not going to get a much different result, so I know, let's get to the Premier League. We're good enough. In other news, away from games for a minute, we have brought up our first ever prospects of the Youth Academy. They have been brought up. We've also got Diaz in here right down the bottom, who we're going to switch with Kundai Benyu. But we've brought up our first youth prospects. Jonsson, the Swedish right winger, we have brought up to the team. He can also play in the left wing. He's got 3-star skills, a 3-star weak foot, not bad. I also brought up another Swedish player, Anderson, who's a left winger and a left mid, also with 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. They are the first players to ever progress from my youth academy, from Ryan Fitzsimon's youth academy. So, very nice to see them come up. Let's just continue now and get on with winning. Second game to sim, I'm going to send out the strongest team since we're away from home. Few players tired in there, but they should be able to do it for a good proportion of the match. So Dembele's such a start. There we go, Stuart Armstrong. Look at the hair on him in that photo. He is the player of the month nonetheless. Dembele's goal form dipped right towards the end of the season. He used to be aiming for 30 goals. And as you can see, it dipped way down. But nonetheless, he will start this match. So here we go, simming it. Best team out. I don't know why I'm pronouncing my T's so much there. Ipswich, Celtic away from home. We sim. Right, this is why we maybe should have played these games, but 2-0 loss. That's a bit shit. Right, third game to sim. I know we're simming a lot of games, but I mean, you can't blame me. Do we want to get to the Premier League? Yes, we do. Third game to sim of the episode. Bristol City is the team to sim. We're at home. I'm going to send out the more attacking lineup, which sees Cham actually drop into the team. Actually, do you know what? We're going to send out the rotation team again because I feel like Gamboa and such need a chance. And also Boyata to try and get some good performances in. I've not had a lot of time this season. So Celtic Bristol at home, a 2-1 win. Griffiths does get us the win with a penalty. Gamboa, who has now scored twice in this episode, I believe, he's on great form, gets us the goals as we go past Bristol. And I mean, now it's without a shadow of a doubt, we are the champions of the Championship as expected. If I have a look at the league table at this point in the season, Rangers, are who I wanted to look at, 10 points behind 6th place. It looks as though they will not be joining us in the Premier League next season, but we are up there in first just now. That's what matters. Now, time to sim away again. I'm slightly more concerned, obviously, after the last result, simming away from home. We were beaten 2-0 off of Ipswich, so now I've got Bolton, who are sitting whereabouts in the league at the current minute. Rock bottom, right? So, I mean, we really should be winning this game with our strongest team out in the field. It's top against bottom. The team that's going down against the team that's going up. So, I mean, I'm expecting something good here. We really need to get a result. 1-0. Do you know what? It's not emphatic in any way, but do you know what? It's a win. We've not dropped points, and Patrick Roberts gets himself a goal. Dembele needs to shake himself up for the Premier League because he has slacked right off towards the end of this season, and it's not good whatsoever because we need him to continuously score goals to keep us up in the Premier League next season. Another away game to sim now, a much more difficult one, I'd say. It is against Sheffield United, so got to play the attacking team just so there's a couple of wee changes in there, and Cham coming in, Holding coming in, a couple of changes in there. But Sheffield United away from home, a 2-2 draw. Do you know what? I'll take it. Sinclair and Brown get the goals. Once again, Dembele doesn't get a goal, which is quite worrying. But do you know what? I'll take it. A 2-2 draw. Didn't lose. I'll take it. Final game that we are going to sim this season. We have made it to game 44. The last game we're going to sim. I'm sorry for simming so much in this episode, but you can't blame me. So here we go. Last game to sim is against Fulham. I'm going to send out that attacking 4-3-3 team again. Against them, we should be easily getting a win here. Roberts and Dembele facing up against their old team. It'd be nice if Dembele was to score some sort of hat-trick in this game. As we win 2-0, Dembele gets himself a goal, and also Griffiths, the other striker, gets himself a goal as well, which is nice to see. But a 2-0 win. Now heading into the final 2 games of the season, we're going to get ourselves to 100 points. We're going to get ourselves our hands on the trophy. But I mean, look at this. We have taken the Championship by storm. Second place team is so far behind us, 19 points behind us there. As the second place team. We have scored 81 goals this season. A phenomenal season. And Premier League, I'm looking forward to getting there. Finally, we're going to be getting into a game in which we're playing. We're going away from home to Middlesbrough, one of the tougher places to go in the league. I don't know where Middlesbrough are actually sitting in the table at this current moment in time, but I can only imagine they're doing quite decent. The only change I'm going to make here is I'm going to bring on McGregor for Cham, and that is the team we're going to send out. I'm actually going to bring on Gamboa. at right back as well, because he's been doing well this episode when simming games. So that is the team we're going to send out to play at the Riverside Stadium. If we win this, we're up to 100 points, which is beautiful. Here we go. Middlesbrough actually just finding out there off Martin Tyler, the best defensive team in the league. They've conceded the least goals, we've scored the most goals. So I'm guessing that means it's going to be quite difficult to break them down. So let's see how it goes, I suppose. Wide bit up. Poor defence. They've hit the post. We let them in far too easily there. McGregor. A nice ball for Stuart Armstrong. Shot very weak, but it bobbles just wide. Keeper couldn't get down to it. Poor power behind it, but to be honest, it wasn't a bad attempt. If you look, it just bobbles wide. Right, here we go. Patrick Roberts has been let free on the wing, using his pace to our advantage here. There's Dembele getting in the box. He's got a bit of height on him, and we're going to use that height to go up 1-0. Fantastic stuff. Patrick Roberts busting out wide, taking a good run, getting a decent ball into Dembele as well. Middlesbrough Stadium's empty at the back there, look at that. But there we go, 1-0 up, 100 points here we come. Dembele gets himself a goal as well, which is always nice. I think it took a deflection on the way in, if we have a look. Or did it get touched by Darren Randolph? I can't really tell from that angle. It came off Gibson's shoulder, but Dembele's original header was on target, so Dembele is claiming the goal. Patrick Roberts. Roberts first. Armstrong to shoot from out the box. Curls wide. Not enough power again from Armstrong. Too much float in it. And it just goes wide. Corner for Middlesbrough early on in the half. Gamboa done well to defend that. They're up from getting the ball in, but they do have a corner. And Gordon's forced to make a save off the line. Simirovic just about. Can we get it away, please? Gordon having to make 2 saves there. Jeez, oh. Armstrong. Armstrong, that's still bad from Armstrong. His shot's been blocked. Not bad at all from him, though. Ball in, that's a decent delivery for Dembele. Hits the ball, rebounds in, though. Stuart Armstrong puts us up 2-0. Never gave us much time to celebrate there, but there we go. Dembele's header, unlucky, but Armstrong is there. Right place, right time. Second helping's bang in the back of the net. I like that. There we go. 2-0. I mean, Simirovic was took right off his feet there by Randolph as well. Decent ball for Middlesbrough. That was a good goal, granted. No one Martin Bamford. Should have been. Go drink my tea now. Poor goal we concede. Poor goal we concede. There was no one following the run of Bamford. If you watch him there, Simirovic has just dropped off. Lost the clean sheet. Surely that's it. There we go. Full time. 2-1 win away from home to Middlesbrough. Not a bad result at all. A couple of decent goals. So I'll take it. Decent result. And now we head into the last game of the season with 100 points. Ready to collect our shinier looking title. So there is the league table. We will be heading up to the Premier League without a doubt. There's no question that it's been like that for a long time. The annoying thing this season is the points we have dropped by draws. Double-digit draws is not what you want to see. We've had 10 draws this season, which is annoying, but at the end of the day, we've reached 100 points. That's what I wanted to reach, and we can now end on 103 in the final game of the season, where we'll be playing Aston Villa, who are sitting 5th in the table right now, and really could fall out, I think, of the top 6 if we damage them enough, and the teams below them do well enough. As you can see, not well, actually. I mean, Nottingham Forest would have to overturn that and a 15 goal difference, so basically, Aston Villa in the playoffs, we've won the league, so it's not going to be an easy game because they're one of the better sides in the league and had one of the better seasons, so we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to getting into the game. Let's just get simming right to it. Final game in the Championship. Hopefully it is the final game of the Championship. We'll never be in this league again. Hopefully when we're in the Premier League, we will continue to be a Premier League team throughout. But we're heading into the game against Aston Villa. That is the team I'm sending out. A fantastic looking team. Rob Holding could potentially be his last game for Celtic. Hopefully we bring him back permanently. Or at least on a loan again next season because he has been terrific when playing. But there is the team we are playing for Trophy Day. Let's give the fans a good performance. Bjarnason. Oh, we've had nice ball down and it's 1-0 Villa. I did not expect him to play the ball so nicely there and we went down 1-0. That was a really good goal. A really good goal. We should be defending better than that. It's just defending this game and defending in general for me. I've always been bad at it. But that is a very good ball from Bjarnason. And they take the shot clean here at Celtic Park. I mean, look at that. Simirovic loses him too easily. Too easily. And that's twice in this episode Simirovic has done that. Sinclair. Armstrong. Nice. And Champ. For Dembele. Nice. Armstrong, Moussa Dembele. This time curls it beautifully, and there we go. 1-0. Brilliant from Moussa Dembele. Wee bit of a wee dance there from Moussa. There we go. Love it. 1-0. Brilliant finish from the striker, and he wants to end the season on a high. Let's get my hat-trick as such. Making up for that miss a couple of moments ago. A nice wee pass from Armstrong, though. The back heel cheeky, and a cheekier finish from Moussa Dembele. Piss poor from defending that set piece. Piss poor. There's not much I can do about that because it fucking fell right to him. Somebody jump, somebody do something, defend it some sort of way, and it's just not happening. We're down 2-1. I mean, look at this. The way it comes in, right? It just bobbles right to Celtic. There's nothing I can do. He's in the right place to collect it. Patrick Roberts. Roberts with the shot. That's a rocket of a shot. A fantastic save from Sam Johnson. Can we maybe hit it back in? Sinclair. It's fallen to Armstrong. Puts it at the top of the net. An instant reply from us. Stuart Armstrong was at the right place, just as Celtic was a moment ago for Aston Villa. And there we go. It's 2-2 at Celtic Park. A rather good game here. As I said, I just want to score goals. Don't care about how many I concede. Brilliant ball from Sinclair. And it falls to Sinclair from Encham's pass. Rockets up the top corner. And brilliant from the man with the ball. Oh, how's that a penalty? You're joking. And Champs gave away a penalty. In my opinion, it's never a penalty. He fell to the ground like a sack of fucking spuds. Ah, right, well, here we go. Kajia has the chance to give Villa the lead once again for the third time in the game. Right, it's happened again. He's missed, but I was holding him to dive, and he didn't do this second time in a series. Thank God he's missed that. Oh, that was risky. And Champ trying to chase down whoever that is. Two men try to chase him down. Very fucking poor again. From, defending. Just can't do it. Just cannot do it. 3-2 down. So many men chased him there. From Sus. And he's done ever so well. Scott Sinclair saved, rebound, and Cham. It takes a deflection on the way there. But there we go. Big Olivier and Cham, the big strong man. Gets us a goal. Beautifully done. Lovely jubbly. 3-0 goal fest here in the last game of the season. Guess it's party wants to see it like that. But it did take a touch off Johnson. And Cham was close to missing that there. Jack Grealish. It's a nice through ball. And they've hit the bar this time. Rebound. We're down 4-3. I just cannot believe how shit at defending I am. What a game, but I mean, the defence. Siminovic is so slow. He was nowhere to be seen there. Sinclair. Nice. Nice from Scotty Sinclair. Ball in for Armstrong. Brown. And Cham. Back to Brown. Strikes, it's blocked. Olivier and Cham. Armstrong for Scott Brown. Saved by Johnson. Dembele can't bring it down. No silence, try to concentrate here. Armstrong for Dembele. What a finish. 4-0. Well, what a game this has been, to say the least. They've took the lead 4 times. We've hopped back 4 times. Oh, jeez, Dembele, but what a finish, my man. And now, can we please just avoid conceding it again? Sinclair, that's brilliant. Scott Sinclair, break away, son. Here we go. Scott Sinclair. Oh, beautiful from Sinclair. Scott Sinclair. Get it in for Dembele. Somebody, please, Roberts. 5-4. Scott Sinclair has tore Villa apart there. And we're at 5-4. What a game. What a bloody game. This is what you call title day. This is what you call trophy day. Look at Sinclair though. He tore Aston Villa apart. That lovely pass across the line. It somehow bobbled its way to Roberts after trying to get it to Dembele. And Patrick Roberts is there to do the business for us. Oh, what a game this has been. Jeez, oh. Mr. Dembele, oh, he's done so well there for his hat-trick. Johnson with a save. Ball in. Brilliant delivery. Dembele just over the bar. He wants that final day hat-trick. He's so unlucky not to get it. Dembele. Dembele. Can he get his hat-trick? Oh, it's just wide. But there we go. The title is ours. The championship season is over. The Premier League now beckons for us. And what a final game of the season. Wasn't going to be easy. They made title day a challenge and a half. And I said at the start, don't care how many I concede, I just care about how many I score. And we go and win 5-4 with that. So I'm happy to an extent. Poor defensive show, but we make up for it. And Moussa Dembele had a fantastic game there. And hopefully he will replicate that sort of game in the Championship. Now, am I getting the animation of lifting the trophy? Am I not getting it? You're joking. We're walking away. We're walking down the tunnel. We're not getting the animation. Oh, away. Bullshit. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the first season of the Celtic career mode. It is over. We finished first. We've done what we had to do, and next season we will be in the Premier League. There we go. We got our prize money, and I can also confirm Scotland are in the World Cup. So this week on the channel, make sure and look out for a little mini video on Scotland being in the World Cup. But there we go. That is it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. The season is over. A fantastic season, to say the least. Finishing top. Had to sneeze. Wow. That just dawned on me there. That was... I didn't want that. No, I wanted to end my video. But, anyway, who cares? If we quickly go and look at how the league did finish and look at how the other tournaments did finish, we've still not got the Champions League and Europa League done with yet. So we'll see how that goes, I suppose, at some point. The Championship playoffs, though, there is the playoff brackets. Brentford and Aston Villa is on one side. Hull and Sheffield Wednesday never. So we'll see next season who does join us in the Premier League from that. I believe Reading might have finished second. Chelsea won the League Cup. The FA Cup, I don't think is done yet. Don't think it will be done yet. It might be. The finals, West Brom and Man United, though. I can only assume Man United win, but you never know. So one of those will win that. And Reading did join me indeed going up to the Premier League, but we took the league by storm. Going down, Bolton, Sheffield United and Barnsley. Well, Rangers finished in 13th place. So they will not be joining us next year in the Premier League. If you have enjoyed the first season, though, make sure to like and subscribe, lads. Second season will be starting sometime this week. Don't you worry. Hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you next time.